Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed urges citizens to play their due role to ensure peace in Ethiopia. Commissioner says police discharge responsibilities in government-controlled areas in Tigray region. Good evening to you all. A very warm welcome to ETV News. I'm Grum Tariku. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed reaffirmed his government's commitment for the implementation of the peace accord with the TPLF without any hindrance. During a discussion held today with members of his cabinet and the main peace committee, Ahmed underscored that some aspects of the implementation that need improvement have been identified. The discussion comes amidst hopes given by retired Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta, who said the negotiations between the federal government and TPLF are moving in the right direction. Kenyatta, who is also African Union Commission high-level panel member, further underscored that Ethiopia and Tigray will enjoy not only a new year but a Christmas of peace with great deal of hope. During the talks, there were consultations on the implementation of the peace agreement reached in Pretoria and the two subsequent talks in Nairobi. Following the end of the second commanders' meeting in Nairobi last Thursday, modalities for silencing guns, humanitarian access and restoration of service in Tigray state are expected outcomes. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed extended best wishes for Christmas celebrants across the world. He wished a Merry Christmas and festive holiday to those celebrating Christmas. The Prime Minister, in his Facebook message, said, "I wish a joyful Christmas for diaspora, friends of Ethiopia and international community. A Merry Christmas and successful year." Two years of muted celebration have given way to bustling streets. Palestinian Christians and pilgrims attended midnight mass at the 4th century Nativity Church. Festivities followed, scout bands playing bagpipes and drummers escorting church leaders entered Manja Square after making their way from Jerusalem ahead of midnight. The grotto inside the church is the oldest site continuously used as a place of worship in Christianity. Accompanied Palestinian Christians from as far away as Galilee and the Gaza Strip, there are visitors from around the world. Although numbers are still lower than the record level seen in 2019, the streets are bustling, and just as in the Nativity story, there is no room to be found, with local hotels fully booked. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, accompanied by a delegation of senior government officials, has today visited textile and apparel manufacturers in Kombolcha city of the Amhara regional state, an initiative aiming to highlight the investment potential of the country. The campaign has achieved notable results within the past few months of its launch, particularly in export earnings of the manufacturing sector. This is according to Prime Minister's office. Johannes van Town has the detail.
Kombolcha is one of the industrial towns located in the Amhara regional state. This town is one of the most affected cities by the war in the northern part of Ethiopia, and it has started to breathe the air of peace due to the Pretoria Agreement. The city is in the process of revitalizing the textile industry for which it is known. One of the reasons for this is the campaign launched by the government called Made in Ethiopia. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed explained what he observed during his visit the textile factories in the city as part of this campaign.
One of the factories we visited manufactures and exports clothes. The other one imports clothes and sews clothes and exports them. What is even more surprising is that the logo on the clothes produced says 1938 London. American and British famous brands sewn in Kombolcha, and we buy them when we go to London and America. There is something we don't understand. Why aren't we sewing the clothes here and wearing it here?
እኛ ደግሞ እድል አግኝተን ለንደንና አሜሪካ ስንሄድ ተሻምተን እንገዛለን። የሆነ ያልገባን ነገር አለ።
The Prime Minister also mentioned that Ethiopia is making great efforts to attract foreign investors and explained the reasons that make Kombolcha the ideal city for investment.
Kombolcha ለወደብ 350 ኪሎሜትር.
Kombolcha is 350 kilometers away from port. Although the work has not been fully started, the railway infrastructure has been laid. There are numerous jobs seeking young people. No one will go bankrupt investing here in Ethiopia.
The Prime Minister mentioned that there are groups and countries that do not want peace in Ethiopia and stressed that instead of division and destruction, Ethiopians should focus on developing their country through cooperation.
ኢትዮጵያን ማልማት የኢትዮጵያን ሰላም ማረጋገጥ የኢትዮጵያን አንድነት ማረጋገጥ የሚባል ነገር ሲነገር ሰዎች ፊታቸውን ብዛም ፈገግ አይሉ.
There are people who don't feel happy when we speak about developing Ethiopia, ensuring the peace of Ethiopia and amalgamating the unity of Ethiopians. On the contrary, when they hear issues like Ethiopians are divided by ethnicity, religion, they are found waking up to attack the country. There are groups and countries that want to divide us, so be alert, Ethiopians. It is better to hurry to unite than to rush to divide and perish.
ለመከፋፈል ለመጠፋፋት ከምንፈጥን ለመተባበር ብንፈጥን ይሻላል.
Made in Ethiopia campaign is an initiative aiming to highlight the investment potential of the country. It has achieved notable results within the past few months of its launch, particularly in export earnings of the manufacturing sector.
ሌማት ማለት ብዙ ትርጓሜ ያለው ጥሬ ትርጓሜው ለምለም እንጀራ ማለት ነው። በሌላ በኩል ማዕድ ማለት ነው። ሌማት ቤተሰብ የሚበላበት ማዕድ ነው። ሌማት ላይ ከተረፈ ከቤተሰብ ተረፈ ማለት ነው። ከቤተሰብ ከተረፈ ወደ ጎረቤት ሄደ ማለት ነው። በቤተሰብ ደረጃ የምግብ ራስን መቻል ጉዳይ ኢትዮጵያ ካረጋገጠች በሀገር ደረጃ ያለው የምግብ ራስን መቻል ሩጫ የሚሳካ ይሆናል ማለት ነው። በሚቀጥሉት 4 ዓመታት ዶሮን፣ ስጋን፣ ወተትን፣ ማርን፣ አሳን ማትረፍረፍ እንፈልጋለን። ይህን ማድረግ እንችላለን። ልክ እንደ ግሪን ሌጋሲው፣ ልክ እንደ ስንዴው፣ ልክ እንደ ችግኝ መትከሉ ተረባርበን በአንድ ድምፅ ህዝባችን አሳብረን ከሰራን እንችላለን። ፕሮጀክት መጨረስ ባህል ሆኖ አሁን ያሉ ዋና ዋና ሜጋ ፕሮጀክቶች አልቀው የሌማት ትሩፋት ተሳክቶ በእያንዳንዱ ቤተሰብ ማዕድ ላይ ምግብ ከተረፈ ለምርጫ ባትወዳደሩም ችግር የለውም። የአንድ መንግስት ዜጎቹን መመገብ የሚያስችል ስራ በተርም ሰርቶ ምግብ የተረፈባት ኢትዮጵያ ካለች እኛ ቀጠልን አልቀጠልን ዋና አጀንዳ መሆን የለበትም። በሚቀጥለው 4 ዓመት ግን ይህን ማሳካት ግዴታ ተደርጎ መወሰድ አለበት።
Welcome back, and you are watching ETV News. The Ethiopian Federal Police said police are discharging its responsibility of safeguarding the security of the public and federal institutions in the areas of the Tigray region under the control of the federal government. Federal Police Commissioner General Damallash Gabra Mikael underscored that the Federal Police is effectively carrying out its responsibility of combating cross-border crimes in the region. Shagayo Mata has more from Ethiopian News Agency.
Speaking to Ethiopian News Agency on regional and national policing activities, Commissioner General Demalash ገብረሚካኤል said the comprehensive reform has enabled the federal police to remain intact to carry out its responsibility. Police had been properly providing its services in areas of the Tigray region under the control of the government by deploying a large and integrated police forces, adding, following the peace agreement, police has played a key role to make humanitarian assistance, medicines and other essential services to be accessible and ensure peace and stability of the people, the commissioner indicated.
Large and integrated police forces are deployed in the areas controlled by the defense force. Police, in collaboration with partner bodies, is providing social services like humanitarian assistance. Especially, it's undertaking numerous activities to return displaced people to ensure peace and stability of the people. The community is blessed with the services it got.
Demalash also pointed out that police has been discharging its responsibilities of guarding the federal institutions and infrastructures as well as ensuring the peace and security of the people in Tigray, adding police is undertaking effective work by making the society to get social services, keeping marketplaces safe and helping institutions that have started providing services properly, including banks.
Police is safeguarding federal institutions, infrastructures and security of the people along with concerned bodies. They are also making the society to get social, medical and banking services and make safety of the society. These have brought remarkable achievements.
The government is ready to safeguard public security and protect infrastructures in areas of Tigray region where the government controls in the coming days.
Police has great acceptance from the society and international institutions. Recently, a large number of the faithful observed Aksum Tzion Maria. The role of the federal police was immense for peaceful celebration of the holiday. When the peace accord fully executed, police will safeguard all federal institutions in Mekelle.
The people are commending the federal police for its irreplaceable role playing in the region, it was noted.
The United Nations International Organization for Migration, IOM, with support from Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO, of the Government of the United Kingdom, has provided infection prevention and control items worth more than $859,000 to the Ministry of Health. The donation includes personal protective equipment for caring for patients with COVID-19 and other necessary supplies to curb spread of the pandemic. Chief of Mission of IOM Ethiopia, Zhao Jian, handed over the infection prevention and control items to Minister of Health Dr. Lia Tadesse, highlighting the need to curtail spread of Omicron variant of COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Lia lauded the support delivered by our IOM and FCDO in bolstering preventive measures being carried out by the Ministry of Health and strengthening the health system at a national level. Ethiopian Ambassador Plenipotentiary to the United Arab Emirates, Suleiman Dedefo, underscored the illegal activities of human traffickers are severely aggravating illegal migration of Ethiopians to the Gulf countries. Responding to ETV, the ambassador indicated that large number of undocumented illegal workers from Ethiopia have become a source of diplomatic friction between Ethiopia and Gulf countries. Daniel Kasaun has more on this.
In recent years, Gulf countries have begun imposing strict immigration policies targeted at foreign workers. As a result, hundreds of thousands of Ethiopians have suffered so far, and some are deported to their origin. As the Ethiopian ambassador plenipotentiary to the United Arab Emirates, Suleiman Dedefo, stressed, the illegal activities of human traffickers are severely aggravating illegal migration of Ethiopians to the Gulf countries. The latest round of repatriations involves 102,000 migrants. It began in April 2022 and is expected to be completed by the end of the year, according to the government.
እዛ ከደረሱ በኋላ ግን ተፎካካሪ ተወዳዳሪ መሆን ስለማይችሉ ብዙ ችግር ያጋጥማቸዋል።
Our fellow citizens don't make the necessary preparations when they migrate to foreign countries. They don't have the know-how of the culture, language and required professional skills. They don't have the training. After they arrive in foreign countries, they face daunting challenges. They can't be competitive. Especially the undocumented citizens face the worst challenges. Even their problem not only affects their personal life, but also diplomatic relations of Ethiopia, countries of their destination.
So far, 70% of the stated number have been returned to home on 198 flights. The worst thing which aggravates the problem is the human traffickers want them remain illegal to serve their interests in foreign countries. The tragedy is happening in a daylight as it is supported by corrupt officials involved in the trafficking channel.
እዛ የምንገኘው የኢትዮጵያ ኤምባሲና
The Ethiopian embassy there, along with other diplomatic communities, is jointly helping migrants' rights to be respected. The migrants repeatedly have their human rights violated. They are routinely placed in detention centers indefinitely. Our major task is focused on citizens' issues. We are serving them 24/7. We try to have connections with our citizens wherever they are in order to help alleviate their lives from problems.
Currently, prioritizing the repatriation of vulnerable migrants is considered one of the key activities the government of Ethiopia is engaged in. This should seek to address individual needs as well as those of the family, community, and structural problems. In this regard, community-based approach to address stigma, prejudice, and discrimination should be encouraged.
The 70th Global
It's expected that
Ethiopia is Ethiopians
Our news is always aired on Monday to Friday on 11 a.m. and 9 p.m. and also on Saturday and Sunday on 9 p.m. Make sure to follow us.
Welcome back, and you are watching ETV News. The Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, CBE, disclosed that 20 additional branches located in government-controlled areas in Tigray region will resume providing banking services within a few days. After the peace agreement, several institutions have been providing service in government-controlled areas of Tigray region, including electric supply, health and banking services, as well as schools. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia President Abe Sano told Ethiopian News Agency that CBE has been working to resume banking services in towns that are under the control of the federal government. The bank, which was able to get access to 30 branches, has resumed banking services in 10 branches and will do the same in 20 more branches in the coming days. According to him, the bank is in contact with the Mekelle district for completing audit work and check the transaction system so that customers will be allowed to withdraw money from their deposits. The president noted that the reopened branches are providing limited services, particularly allowing customers to deposit, send money from abroad and across the country. Electricity, telephone and internet infrastructures, as well as system connection and audit are necessary to connect the branches to the main office and restart service in all branches, he said. All the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia branches in the Tigray region would resume providing the banking service after a system connection is made between the bank's head office and Mekelle district, Abe Sano explained. Over now to a quick reminder of the headlines. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed urges citizens to play their due role to ensure peace in Ethiopia. Commissioner says police discharge responsibilities in government-controlled areas in Tigray region. Well, you have been watching ETV News. Thanks for your company and we wish you a Merry Christmas.